Inviting us in, it's 11 o'clock, and we want to start on your Friday evening with new developments in Richmond, where leaders are now working to figure out when those residents can return to their homes after being evacuated during that massive fire this week at the plastics recycling facility. So here's what we know tonight at 11. That fire is now contained, but the evacuation order remains in place. All of this as the EPA tests that area for toxic chemicals. Tonight, our Logan Gay tells us that city leaders will meet tomorrow to create a timeline for lifting that order.
Since the fire started at this plastic recycling facility in Richmond, fire crews have worked nonstop to extinguish the flames. They plan to remain on scene through the weekend to monitor hotspots.
That even though this fire is under control, this site is still very dangerous. I need people to really stay away from this location. We have unstable structures and we are still experiencing flare-ups on the site. And so although it's under control, we don't want anyone to get hurt.
Hurt or sick.
We've had people call that has said that they were walking around in the evacuation zone and now they're vomiting and they have a sore throat and their head is pounding.
Saturday afternoon, health partners plan to meet to evaluate air and water samples, which will determine when the evacuation order can end.
We certainly are going to get that information out to the public of what are the risks if you have been exposed. You know, I don't want to frighten anybody, but this was a plastics fire. And there was particulate matter up in the air.
Leaders also addressed responsibility and who is going to pay the cleanup bill. The city owns part of the property, but the mayor says there is no confusion about who is responsible.
This was an individual's mess that was made, and he was given unsafe building order and court order to clean it up, and was expected to do so. And that order was ignored, and here we are today.
The mayor says they're saving that fight for another day and choosing to focus on the task at hand.
That our firefighters are safe, our police officers are safe, and that we were able to evacuate citizens appropriately and keep them safe. That's our story right now.
A story they hope will have a happy ending.
And our community is exhausted, but we will continue to push through and get through this emergency with the most accurate information that we can provide to the community.
And Logan, city leaders in Richmond have a special request for people who live near that plant, right?
That's right, Scott. The mayor's asking anyone who lives near the scene of the fire to check their cameras because they need information and video to help the fire department find out what happened and why.
Yeah, it's a story we're going to be covering for a long time. Thanks so much, Logan.